Hey guys, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel. If you can tell by the title of this video, I'm gonna be reading 2 or 3 creepy, scary stories. And if you definitely look at the title, it's gonna be about you know what. Like, I don't even have to explain it, you know by the title. Now, before I jump into these scary stories, I want to remind y'all guys that there's going to be some days where I film these videos, like these scary videos, at nighttime, but also during the day, because even during the day it's scary. But I'm also going to be doing some night videos that are scary, but today's video, because I did tell people I would post it early and I don't want to get up late, but next time I'll post it at nighttime now. I mean, y'all can still watch this at nighttime. I'm just filming during day, but I'm going to film next time at night. Maybe I'll do in my LED lights. A few reminders: make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications, comment what video you want to see next, and just like this video. Yeah. I'm still working on the Black Dahlia Part 2 video. That's, of course, if y'all want to still see it, because I only got 1 comment. I was hoping for at least 2. So if y'all want to still see that Black Dahlia video, then y'all go check it out. Now, let's get into today's video. Scary stories. I'm going to be reading a couple of scary stories I found. I have to read it from my computer because I don't have it, like, the way I film my videos is on my phone. So it's not like I actually have a camera now. I have my phone in my hand, so I have to read on my laptop. Now, let's get started. The first story is called Come With Me. Now, that actually does sound pretty creepy. I haven't read it yet, but that does sound like pretty much creepy. So let's get into this. After this story, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts about how I felt about that story. And then I'm going to read probably one more or so, because, like, some of these are actually short. So let's get started. One night I woke paralyzed. I looked towards the window, my eyes being the only things that could move. Ooh. Sitting on the window was a dark shape of a man who was watching me. Okay, let me stop you right there. That's actually creepy. If you're seeing like this shadow of a person who is watching you, then that is definitely creepy, because, I mean, we live in a society, you know. Inside my head, I could hear a faint voice saying, "Come with me." I could slowly feel myself dying, or what I thought was the experience of dying. My breathing stopping, and I could feel my heartbeat slower and slower. I was terrified, and with every ounce of energy, I forced my body to sit up. The moment I sat up in bed, the apparition disappeared. So the moment oh man. I was completely drained physically. I noticed that the time on the clock was 3:15 a.m. This occurred a couple more nights during that month. The last time, I almost gave in to the urge to follow him. Oh my gosh. The death sensation was scary at first, but it was exciting at the same time. Kind of like the first heel on a roller coaster. It has been a couple years since this first meeting. I have been moving from place to place, hoping to avoid contact with this being. It always seems to find me within a few months, no matter where I go. Sometimes I want to be left alone, but this being and the other things that haunt me are always around. They don't understand how tired I can get at times. From JL. Wow, I don't know if y'all guys thought that was really scary, but I kind of a little bit saw the scary side to it, because, I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, a being following this person, the person that was narrating this story, literally they were being followed by a being, like, and they wanted to follow the being as well. Oh man. And the scary part is, like, every time this person would move, apparently, every time this person would move, this being, they were hoping this being wouldn't falling every place they went. So that my guess is they're attached to this person, because when a spirit or ghost, well, I don't believe in ghosts where people die and then they just, I don't believe that part, but I do believe in the paranormal. I do believe in demons and stuff, because I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and so I believe there's evil out there because I am a Christian. And like, this could, I'm not saying it's a demon, I'm just saying it could be something that possibly is attached to this person. Because if you were paying attention, listening to the story, this person was, when they were talking about this being following them around and stuff, it might could mean that they're attached to you. Like somehow they got attached to you, that and to me that's really scary. Like I had a couple of I had dreams, of course. I had a couple of dreams where I did see something, but it was just nightmares. But like, and the reason why I guess I got really scared was because there's some things I experienced in my house that could possibly be rats, but that just can't be explained. Like, it's really hard. It's like an unsolved case. It really can't be explained unless you have proof. So, let's go to the next story. The next story, oh my gosh, okay. This next story, oh my gosh, okay. This next story is it's called Poltergeist. If y'all guys don't know what Poltergeist is, it's not a demon, but it's something that causes mischief. Like, it's kind of like the god Loki. The god Loki, he causes mischief. Like, in this Poltergeist, they like to cause trouble and stuff. So it's like this entity likes that childish. So, let's get into it. The night before my experience, I have been the target of poltergeist activity. I don't mean the mischievous kind of poltergeist. The presence in my room was downright evil. That's another story, but I do believe the events were related. The night I had my experience, I went out to the bathroom. This was in the middle of the night, around 1 or 2 a.m. As I walked into the kitchen, the bathroom is connected to the kitchen in my house. Go figure. I was so still jumpy because of the previous night. I'm okay, guys. I meant to say I was still jumpy. Yeah, because of the previous night. Therefore, I turned on every light on my way to the bathroom. When I walked into the kitchen, reached for the light, a shadow oozed out of the sink. I told myself it was just my imagination until it turned around and came towards me. There were glowing red eyes glaring at me from the area the face should have been. The feeling I got was a definite presence of evil. Again, like the night before, I screamed and ran out of the room, then spent the rest of the night in my parents' room on the floor. I'm not ashamed to admit, even if I was 20 at the time. By KJM. Wow. Well, my thoughts, like, this could be a poltergeist, but I mean, the only thing, poltergeist causes mischief and stuff like this. I'm not saying this couldn't be a poltergeist. I'm just saying it could be like just a demon or something, or a evil entity, because when I read this, it kind of didn't sound like a poltergeist, but it could be. I'm not saying it's not. It could be. Some parts did actually what like a poltergeist could do. So, yeah, man, that story was scary. Now, oh wait, I should give y'all numbers, because I want y'all to I want y'all to comment below which is your scariest story so far. The first one I read was number 1, and the second one, that's the poltergeist one, that's the second one. Now I'm going one more, and that's number 3, and I want y'all guys to decide in the comments which story was the scariest to you, like which story you liked, or which story you liked, or which story was the scariest to you. I want you to comment below and tell me which story I want you to comment below and tell me which story was the scariest to you. Okay, now I'm going to read one more. This one. This is mostly dealing with shadows because now this last one is called Shadow Child. Now let's get into it. It was probably 10 years ago, back in 1999, don't recall the month, when I was living in a rental mobile home in Pleaston, south of San Antonio, Texas. My ex-girlfriend and I experienced a shadow person in the form of a child. It was early in the morning, around 3:30 to 4:15, when my ex and I were in the living room sleeping on the floor. When all of a sudden, I just woke up and I opened my eyes, and in front of me was a shadow that looked like a little boy. It was just a dark black that you can't describe. It had no physical appearance of clothing, but just pure blackness. It was facing me for just a few seconds when it took off running to my right or down the hallway. The hallway light was on at the time, and I could see the shadow very clearly. When it ran off, all I could hear were the footsteps being created as it ran down the hallway. The noise sounded like feet running across a wood floor, but the weird thing was that it was carpet with a vinyl plastic cover so we wouldn't get the carpet dirty. At that time, I was so scared that when I saw it, I didn't move. Another weird thing about the experience was that my ex had woken up at the same time. When it ran off, all I heard was, "Did you see that?" I knew I wasn't the only one that had seen it, and that it wasn't just my imagination. After that, we both stayed awake the rest of the morning, just trying to understand what had just happened. My ex will always tell me she would hear a scratching noise coming from outside, but I didn't believe her. But this had gotten my attention. After this, I never experienced another encounter with the shadow. A couple months later, we moved out. By Francisco or something, Francisco, I think it's a person by Francisco. Wow. Okay, I gotta say, I think that last story really got to me and was kind of the most scariest story to me by far. Mostly because of this shadow child. Like, seriously? Oh my gosh. Like, literally, they wake up and they see this shadow figure of a child that had no physical appearance, so that shows that it was like a shadow, not a regular person. It was in form of a child. You know, I was almost about to say maybe a black-eyed child, but black-eyed childs don't come into a room, they have to be invited in. I gotta say, that's scary. Man, that was a really scary story. Now, like, guys, now what I want y'all to do is, right after you watch this, which you do, but I want you to watch this whole video to the tie-in. I want you to like this video. I really need likes. The last couple of videos I did, I only got 2 likes. 1 like was from me. I just like my videos. So technically, I only got 1 like from y'all guys. So I will really appreciate if you get me a bunch of likes here. It's not hard to ask. All you have to do is click that like button if you like it. Next thing, make sure you subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you can be notified about my latest videos, and comment below which story was the scariest to you. Number 1. Which was number 1? Number